Right there guys, this is Rob back for another review and a vlog, and to say thank you very much to the 100 plus subscribers that I've now got, which I'm pretty shocked about and very pleased about. I think I'll almost be a bit mad, but still, I suppose it's exactly the same as why I sub to other people. And I suppose I just felt I should have a bit of a chat to the camera, because I'm still getting used to that, and I kind of like the idea of it. But you know, I started doing this to just because I wanted to come out my shell a bit and maybe share what I'm interested in with other people. I just thought it might be a good way to get used to my own face and voice looking at a camera, and because I still find it a bit strange. I don't know if any other people find that who do reviews, probably not, I suppose me. But I thought I'd have a little chat about a few things. Well, for one thing, I thought I'd have a chat about what got me back into collecting, and also obviously say thank you for the 100 subscribers. I was going to do a 100 subscribers, well, I will do. This is it. I was going to do Unicron for my 100 subscribers video, but I think I'll have to leave that because I haven't been able to get it out at the moment because of the heat, and I've had a lot on this week. So I decided I would save that for another future number if I should get that far. And instead, I thought I'd talk about my childhood favourite toy, which is POWERMASTER Prime. And this is something that I got as a kid. This isn't my original one. I've got one that is my second original. I bought one when I was a kid after I sold the first one. There's a long story to that, which I'll tell another time. Probably won't do a review of POWERMASTER Prime. But this is a G1. And it's obviously the same as what I had when I was a kid. And I used to take this thing everywhere. I absolutely love this. And for me, this is the G1 Prime because this is the one that I had. So I had Ultra Magnus. But I never had the G1 Prime until much later on. My mate did, and I really wanted to get it off him, but you couldn't find him anywhere in this country. Nowhere to be seen. Not from my generation anyway, a couple of years later than a few of the guys on here. So I just love this because it actually looks a lot like the cartoon, and it did have a bit of mystery for me, the fact that he's got red eyes and blue arms and he doesn't quite look the same. It's only obviously now that I've found out about Master Force and this guy is actually Jinrai, but then there's two different continuities. I think in the comic he was G1 Prime, but I need to read upon that. I'm reading through all the G1 comics and the UK comics on my iPhone at the moment and loving it because I haven't read most of them, so it's like I'm discovering genuine G1 stuff for the first time now, even though I'm like nearly 30 now, so 29, so 1 year to go. And this thing's still awesome. It hasn't got a lot of articulation, but I still love it. And in fact, I think I might try and do an articulation project on this, which will be a bit adventurous, but I really want to get into customising, because I am into making models, as some of you might know. But I thought it'd be good to try and apply some of that to Transformers. And it'd be really cool to have this guy, because he's just such a gorgeous looking bot. I really love this. And I have got the reissue, but I still prefer this because it's just the real thing, the long smokestacks. And I suppose in one sense, as a kid, I think it's better that it's all plastic because it's more play value. I'm going to scratch it and stuff is easy. But this one I might, it definitely needs repro labels, but I'm going to touch it up because it's a bit knocked around. And I bought this with the intent of doing some sort of paint customization on it. Been thinking of switching out all the stickers rather than for repro labels, but actually painting them. So see if I can do something cool with that. I'll get back to you on that one. And also found this with the Faith Leader, HENKEI, this gun. If you can get that, it fits perfectly in here. And you can lift it quite a decent way. So that really suits. But I am waffling on a bit with this, and probably going to be talking absolute load of bollocks. I'm half asleep and doing this for you guys, and just thought I'd get used to waffling on at the camera. So the thing that really got me back into collecting was when I was down in London on the Access to Music course. So I'd come up north to Lancashire to see my granddad, and went for a mooch around town. And I think, I don't know if it's 2005 or the movie was coming along, and I just picked up the masterpiece Optimus Prime, and that really fired my imagination for Transformers again. And then we started picking up the reissue G1 Prime and the reissue POWERMASTER Prime and a reissue Hot Rod, and that's kind of where it started. And then I didn't really bother with much more after that. I was still into it, but I was kind of still trying to think. You know, I remember the flatmate was saying, "That's crazy. That'd be like me still playing with My Little Pony." And the other guys in the flat were like, "Oh wow, this is wicked. You've got Optimus Prime. This is brilliant." So that was where I first encountered sort of the judgment of society for just liking something that you like. And now I have much different views on that. That, you know, we're all children, and it doesn't seem wrong that us people who are the children from the 80s would still like the things that we love so much, and especially as we were given such iconic and cool toys that, you know, kids these days would not get stuff as cool as this. And the reason I say that is recently I've been going through some of my collection and found that certain new figures that have only been transformed 6 times or something have been left on the shelf for about 18 months. I've gone back to look at them and found they've developed cracks on the pins and stress marks which weren't there before. And I did mention this on TFW 2005, and some people saying that, you know, someone must have been playing with them, but there really isn't anybody that could be playing with them. So no one's got access to them other than me, so that is not going to happen. But these guys were made so much better. Really, really solid stuff. And for that, you know, it makes me want to carry on collecting G1 because I feel safer in the longevity of it. But since I've looked through some of the stuff, I think it could just be bad luck, to be honest. I do have a bit of a panic with it. But, you know, you do when you love these things and you take care of them and you want them to last. You don't want to spend your money and find it just crumbles in front of your eyes. So that's not a good thing at all. So yeah, this guy, I stumbled across him in Woolworths and picked it up and thought, wow, this is really cool. It looks a lot like G1 Prime, but it wasn't. And at the time that confused me, because for me, at that time, Transformers was G1 and that was it. I turned off at Beast Wars and never really paid attention to anything that was going on after that. And then I remember seeing Energon and thinking, oh, this looks interesting, because some of the characters look pretty cool. Watched it and cringed and thought, oh my god, they've wrecked it. And then I was looking forward to the movie. Then they brought that out, and I remember thinking, this is really cool, but it isn't what I thought it was going to be. And then I started to wrestle myself and realised that there were so many different continuities of Transformers, and it's kind of cool they keep reinventing it in one way. But at the same time, I still love my G1 stuff the most. And yeah, just for the storyline, the characters, the aesthetics of it, everything, the toys, I don't think they could do so much more with that, especially watching the series. And you watch the original series in its entirety from start to finish with the movie in the right place and the right order, and you realise that there's a fantastically deep, dark, and very political and sociological and psychological, it's got everything in it, story about Transformers that is just truly epic and wonderful on so many levels. And it really is something that seems to be missed by so many people, and I really think that could be turned into something much more than just for kids, because the original cartoon was definitely appealed to people as it on a broader scale, because it was one of the first cartoons that really aimed issues at kids which they would probably be not encountering in other cartoons that were possibly considered too adult for them, like Optimus Prime dying for one thing, you know, or the episode with Sandstorming with and Galvatron going basically becoming a dictator on that peaceful world that was like Cybertron. I can't remember the name of it. So all that sort of stuff, there's loads of stuff, and just the social justice in it. It's fantastic stuff, and that's what's really missing from the other continuities, I think. So I haven't seen them all yet, but some of them. And anyway, yeah, I said I'd waffle. You asked me to waffle more, so I'm doing it. This is a vlog more than a review. But this toy, really, I fell in love with it. But at first I was like, what the hell is this? I thought it doesn't look quite like G1 Prime, but it does. And of course back then I was still getting into it after a massive gap from being a kid and didn't realise what it was about. But either way, I liked it and I bought it. And then I bought some more. Yeah, I then later on bought the HENKEI one. So I was seeing this and I was like, oh my god, that looks so much better. Because I can remember being frustrated with this because I wanted it to be more G1. And I like this. This is like the comic incarnation, I believe, for Classics. So I need to check my facts on that. But either way, it's cool and I like it. But I really do prefer the HENKEI, the darker blue and the darker red, the chrome, and the more red on the arms. It looks a lot better. And the light piping is much better on this too. The face paint is better. It's just better all round. And it's worth picking up, definitely. And then I also picked up this beauty, Nemesis Prime. I love this, absolutely love it. It looks a bit like it could be POWERMASTER as well, to be honest. And they're all fantastic figures. So just put POWERMASTER Prime back in for a size comparison. Here's a cabinet down. So let's do HENKEI. He's quite a bit chunkier too, but they've still got that look, and this is fantastic. But especially, it's this thing, I didn't like this at first. I like it now. It's funny how when you can get a bot and at first you think, oh, I'm not sure about that, and then a couple of months later you really get into it and you really dig it for what it is. But there we go. That looks even better. Look at it from the top, but you know, it's not that bad. I can, when I first seen it I thought, oh, that's a bit ugly, but after seeing some of the incarnations of Transformers I've seen later, that that's really, really good by some of the standards of the toys that's coming out now. So that's wonderful. And I have just ordered the is it X-Overgen Trailer Force thing for POWERMASTER Prime. At first I thought, I'm not sure about that, and then it suddenly dawned on me, hang on a minute, this is like a dream come true for me. I never really bought any third-party stuff, so it's going to be a bit of an adventure for me. But when I figured, is Hasbro actually going to bother with POWERMASTER Prime? Possibly. It is one of their cooler characters, I think, and they could do a lot more with POWERMASTER Prime. I really hope we see a Masterpiece one day. Like I said in my Masterpiece Prime video for MP10, or the TRU one, Toys R Us one. But I really love the look of that Trailer Force. It looks amazing. The idea you can use this and the other guy, the original POWERMASTER Prime with it, is just a dream come true for me, because POWERMASTER Prime is one of my all-time favourite Transformers. Probably, yeah, if I had to take, there was an afterlife perhaps, and I had to, or just keep one Transformers toy, I think it'd be that one, to be honest, because it's brought me so much joy over the years. And still, just to look at it now, even though it's got no articulation, just the looks of it is just so cool, and yeah, it's brilliant. So I've transformed these guys. I'm sure you've seen it all before, because most of you've probably got it. But this is the mould that really got me back into Transformers, and I remember I was so amazed at the articulation of this guy and how it looked like Optimus Prime, because I thought, is this Optimus Prime? Because it's different. Obviously it is, but I wasn't sure whether again, I thought, well, it looks like a G1 Prime, but it's not quite a G1 Prime, and I wondered if it was some odd continuity, or... Because for me the thing was completely introduced. I just walked into Woolworths, and there it was with Jetfire and Megatron and all the others, which I didn't pick up and wish I did now, because they were dirt cheap. I think they even had a sale on. But I only picked up the Classics Prime and Starscream initially, and Hot Rod. And I thought they were brilliant, and that really, really got me back into collecting, because I just couldn't believe what they were doing. bringing out all these new toys. And I started to really get into this idea of, oh right, I get it now. It's Generation 1, but sort of reimagined, you know, improved or modded somehow, like modernised rather. And I thought that was wonderful. And that is wonderful. And when I seen this repaint, I was like, wow, that is just, you've got to get that. I don't know if you can see the light pipe and if I've got any light behind or not, but you think you see a bit there? This guy's got much better light piping than the Hasbro version. The Hasbro version is quite dark and you don't really see it a lot in it, so unless it's in the sunlight, which as we know is a bad thing. Plastic colouring and that. So let's do this one again. It's not a hard transformation at all really, it's a bit fiddly, but it's fun and it's a very good transformer. It's chunky, it's got ratchets, it's got loads of articulation, it's heavy, it's made out of good plastic. The only thing I really don't like about it is that these bits are a one-piece clear plastic and the paint wears through. This one's been played with quite a bit, to be honest, and transformed quite a lot. But it's still ain't good and they can hold it up well, so I suppose not too bad. But I have seen the KO version of the HENKEI one, and I don't really go for KOs that much, but I'm starting to get tempted by that one because I don't know where I can pick it up from. I'd love it if someone could tell me where I could get hold of the new HENKEI KO that looks the same as that, but I've got solid plastic and the windows. So I followed one link and they didn't have any, sadly. But you know, I've got plenty here, so I can't complain. Yeah. That's collecting for you. You're always on the lookout for something new and exciting. But this one is so much stiffer than the others, it's unbelievable. That's one thing to be said for the Hasbro one. If anything, it's possibly a little too stiff, really. But yeah, it's well balanced. It's as stiff on each arm and each leg, they're all the same. Yeah, that's clicking a lot more probably. I don't know if you'll pick it up on camera or not. So, a bit of a frog in my throat there. And of course this bit can turn into a gap as well. I'm going to show you all of them. Probably doing this on camera, but... So here we can see the differences in colour. You see it primes a lighter blue. And we've got yellow on the knees still, but it's got nice silver legs here which are filled out much better and add a lot more balance to prime. On this one, you've got grey and blue at the back, which is cool. It looks nice, but it wasn't what I was wanting. And then these blue patches under the shoulders, I think they're a little ugly, to be honest. I would sooner them be red. And the grey on the arms, I suppose they're getting at silver stripes, which Optimus Prime sometimes depicted as having, but yeah, red would be better. And they got the yellow, which sort of, this one reminds me of a bit of Star. Is it Star Convoy? Yeah. Star Convoy, the colour on it looks a bit Japanese, which is funny because it's American. And then this one, which is the Japanese one, looks a lot more G1-esque and looks a lot better for it. But that's probably because it's what I'm used to seeing. But they're both very nice. But if I just picked this one up, I probably wouldn't have bothered picking this one up. Because I picked this one up and I seen this one and it's much better, I had to get it. I haven't been hard about that first because thinking, oh no, it's a repaint. But you know, since I've got used to that, that's the way it goes. And they look nice together. So this one, this is SDCC Nemesis Prime. Picked this up, dirt cheap off eBay a couple of years ago. And here's wonderful. The only thing is that these bits, can you hear that? They don't want to tab in as well. So they work fine. Because it's black, you know, it all camouflages in pretty well. So you don't really notice it, but there's a bit, I think the mold is going on this one a bit, it's all a lot looser. This is the loosest of the three. I guess that's because he's a baddie. I don't know a lot about the character, I need to read up on that. But whatever, it's cool. in his arms. The arm kibble used to annoy me, but now I kind of like it now. I just think it was like little shields or something. That's pretty cool. So there we have Nemesis Prime. I suppose you could say it's a bit like a dead Prime or a zombie Prime as well, but Nemesis Prime is. I don't know if it's a different character or if it's a Prime gone bad. Some people say it's Scourge from, which one's that from? Is it Armada? Or, I'm not sure now. I haven't really watched much of the Unicron trilogy yet. I'll have to at some point since I've seen it, but I haven't really got into it. Toys are good. I like some of the toys. They're cool. So there he is again, and this one's got paint on the eyes, and it's like a, was it a red paint over a bluish purple sort of a, I don't know, purpley blue colour and indigo-y colour. And they do light up, but not brilliantly. They get like a nice little eerie glow around the edges. But I don't understand why they paint over light piping, because they're much better with light pipes. Definitely. Yeah, he's definitely worth a pickup. He's got a really nice plastic quality to it. They all have. And I just wish they'd go back to this sort of style, to be honest. I mean, this is, you know, it's chunky, it's got ratchets and things. That's not ratchets though, but just good joints that work. The only thing it really lacks is, it hasn't got any in the wrist, I don't think. No, nothing in the wrist. And the feet could be improved. But other than that, you know, this mould is fantastic. I haven't got a Magnus yet, but I'm going to have to get one. I just think this mould is absolutely brilliant. And when you think about the, you know, what you get from this, what you get from a masterpiece, yeah, there ain't that much in it really. It's got all the articulations. I suppose there's a lot in it, but it, what I'm saying is it, I suppose, is to me, this is a masterpiece in a different way. You know, it's just a masterpiece of engineering and just a really good sculpt and everything that I love about Transformers. It's just fantastic. It really is. Again, you know, there's options. Yeah, you got this. You can take this off, and you can have it up there, and you can fit the cannon, open it up, and have it like a sticking out like that. But it's a bit tricky to do, so I'm not going to bother doing that. It doesn't always work. And this opens up, and you've got a gun, which you can put in as their own. It's a very tight fit in this one, Jesus. It will go. You can hold that. Oh, I said that and he falls down. This one is a bit looser. No, it's alright. Nowhere near as stiff as the Classics one though. As in the Hasbro one. But you can hold that like that. Get it back up in that. Oh, it's really tight. Woo, bloody hell. Yeah, the camera over. So if I leave that to one side, you can like hang it off there and put it around like that, or yeah, if you wanted to, I've seen somebody have it like a Scorponok, but it looks shit. This gun, you can take that off. And if you've got the Faith Leader, and to be honest, I think he looks best like that, you know, just, that looks more primey now. But if you've got the Faith Leader from HENKEI, you can take this, and it fits in there too. So this gun is brilliant for making him look all primey. Because I think Prime's G1 gun is as much part of his character as the figure. It just looks so much better with that gun. And this gun will fit lovely into the G1 Prime as well. It's yeah, you can have it for your POWERMASTER, you can have it for the Classics, you can have it for the G1. So, and I dare say a lot of other figures too, if you want them to carry Prime's gun. And that, for me, is the best bit about the Faith Leader figure, because mine is shocking. The plastic on it is awful. A lot of it's just fallen to bits from new, so it's still there with the legs. Man, I love that. He just collapses all the time. little bits in it. I'll do a separate review for that. Then it won't be a pretty review. But I'll try to watch myself at the moment for swearing and things like that. I think it's going to be inevitable. I'm going to end up swearing. I'll try not to. But yeah. But there you go. This is a very, very sleepy review. But trying to think what else I was going to say to you guys. Oh yeah, my username absolutely sucks. RobPeter1. Okay, you're probably thinking maybe, why the hell's he picked a shit name like that? Well, that's because when I was at college, I just wanted to favourite videos. I didn't have a clue about the social sides of YouTube. And I just signed up with whatever, RobPeter1. Peter's my middle name. And that's what I signed up with, and you're stuck with it. So I need to change my name, and I keep thinking I need to change something that's memorable, something that's hopefully cooler than RobPeter1, and something that suits me. Now, what the hell that's going to be, I haven't got a clue. So if you want to suggest what my new username should be, and I'll try and change that. And I'm trying to focus on this camera now because my eyes are shutting as I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, go for it. I suppose it could be, I don't know, I haven't got a clue really. Something that ties in things that I'm interested in. Oh, and that's the other thing I was going to say. This channel is obviously predominantly going to be Transformers reviews and Transformers stuff, vlogs, which is what I'm trying to do now. And also that's what will be in the most part, and music videos too, me playing the guitar and playing some music from Vince Dicola and covers that I like perhaps, and also maybe sharing with you some more vlogs and stuff about what I'm interested in, which is all sorts of stuff, any stuff really. I don't know really, yeah, lots of music stuff, lots of Transformers stuff. And there is some videos of model railway stuff because I'm interested in model railways as well. But I won't be doing too many videos on that. My video, something I've worked on like the others, I've fitted sound to those chips. Fitted sound chips to the locos that's on there that you see. And some of the subscribers I've got, I think, are into that. So that's cool as well. And then the other one is videos of aeroplanes, mainly the Vulcan bomber, which I'm very much a fan of, because if you haven't seen that thing for real, you really should go see it. It is just absolutely incredible. But yeah, fantastic in so many ways. That to save that for another video. So I shall do a review on POWERMASTER Prime at some point, and start Convoy, and also X over Gen when I get it in hand. Because I think those sort of go together well. I'll try to do some comparisons with the figures as well, big figures. Also, when I get a Metroplex, I'll be doing a review on that, the new generations one. And other than that, I don't know what else I picked up. I picked up Masterpiece Skywalk Thundercracker, the Toys R Us one, so I'm looking forward to getting that. But I'm really hoping that the mould has been improved around the wing area, because my Toys R Us Starscream and the Hasbro Universe Skywarp, which are fantastic figures, and I love them to pieces. Even though they've got the hip kibble, it doesn't really bother me, and I have no problem standing mine. They do stand alright. They do topple over if you push them, but you can get them standing. Not the most posable though, I have to say. But a bloody awesome Transformer, nevertheless. But the wings, oh my god, they've put a pin. There's a video of some guy, a poor guy, I don't know, feel sorry for him. The wings fell off his, and I can understand mine have only been transformed a few times and been done very carefully. And I've never noticed any problems with them whatsoever. And then for the last 18 months, they've both been stood on a shelf, no one's touched them, and the plastic around the pins has started to stress or crack, and cracked right through. So I'm hoping to find a fix for that before it breaks, or hoping that it just doesn't break and it stays as it is. And I just can't understand why they would choose to put a pin through a piece of plastic that's got less than 1mm or 1mm around it, because that is just not going to, with all that weight on it, it's obviously going to break. So I hope that that's now a clip fit, which I've heard it might be. So, and if it is, I need to try and find a way to modify or start screaming Skywarp, because I don't want them falling to bits. And seeing as there's no other problem with them, it's such a shame, you know, it's like all that money you spend on a masterpiece of all things. The other one to watch for, Rodimus, the original Takara one, which I've got, that's got loads of problems, which I've corrected most of, but I've noticed now that the plastic again has started cracking around the pins and the screws on some of the parts, and it's like, oh god, you just think, what next? You know. So I hope that none of the others go the same way. Touch wood, yeah. It's been okay so far. But there's a few figures that I've noticed have just suddenly started cracking up, and the other one is the Seekers, which I took some pictures of and tried to repair, but I found they crack around the back of the head, they crack on the nose cone area and other places, and I'm not sure if it's that metallic paint they used to swirl them, which maybe is going to be like gold plastic over time, I don't know, but it looks like they're breaking down the same way, which is annoying, because I love the Seeker mold. That's a fantastic figure. But I actually ordered some of the CHMS ones of those recently, because I want to see how good they are, and also I thought it'd be interesting to see if they last better than the Hasbro and Takara ones. Also do some cool colours which Hasbro haven't done yet. But I reckon it's just probably down to manufacturing. I think Hasbro need to watch that some of the joints they engineer into such tight tolerances sometimes that they actually cause them to not have any longevity. So with the Seeker mold, I've actually worked out a few mods to try and protect them from cracking if they haven't already, and if they have, to de-stress the joint so you can glue it and fix it and take the pressure off. So anyway, pardon me, wind. It's really nice talking to you guys, and it's really nice to sit here talking bollocks in front of a camera. And there we go, lowering the tone already now. And that'll probably get worse. I might do some more energetic ranting at some point when I've got the energy, but I'm absolutely knackered tonight. So if you haven't got these, definitely pick them up. And these are just absolutely bloody brilliant. I'm going to show you the Nemesis Prime. I mean, if you are new to Transformers, or if you haven't got this and you're into Transformers, yeah, you're really missing out big style. This is just such a fun figure. It's just brilliant. Absolutely, if you're new to it, any form of Transformers, get yourself one of these. It's just so good. Any of the colours will do. They're all brilliant. They're lovely, and can't recommend them enough. It's just detail everywhere. All sorts of sculpted detail. It's just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. You won't regret it. And they're always out on display, so definitely one of my favourites. Anyway guys, I've probably bored you shitless right now, so take care, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for subscribing.